Now, Mythic Plus. Big blue post released for Mythic Plus. Are you somebody who hates explosive? Are you somebody who can't stand dealing with those little lava balls? Too many balls in your face, maybe? Well, you're going to love next season if that's the case, because Blizzard has provided an explosive weekly update for Season 2 Mythic Plus. Affixes include the removal of explosive and the return of volcanic, and massive changes to other returning affixes. I hate quaking more than explosive. I think a lot of people do. So greetings as we continue to watch over Mythic Plus and PTR. We're taking your feedback. We wanted to share additional changes to this week's PTR. Our changes this week aim to further lessen the impact of affixes on Mythic Plus dungeon gameplay to match our more challenging affixes to later Keystone levels as players progress through the system. Keystone affixes, we've been evaluating our affix tiers on the Keystones. While we feel the change to bring affixes online at 7 to 14 is healthy, we wanted to ensure that the right level of challenge is coming online at Keystone levels 7 to 14. With that said, we feel the current level 7 affixes have a larger impact on the moment-to-moment gameplay for groups that have decided to switch the levels that our Keystone affixes come online. Periodic affixes now added to Keystone level 7. We have Afflicted, Incorporeal, Volcanic, Entangling, and Storming. They've done a lot of changes to Entangling, by the way. That one was received a lot of feedback. People were pissed off about that one. 5 ads. 5 ads? You should not be getting 5 ads. Unless they're like 10 seconds each. Damn. Someone got rocked with ads. Holy shit. Affixes that trigger on death of health ranges have been moved to level 14. Was 7, so we got Spiteful, Raging, Bursting, Bolstering, and Sanguine. Affix updates. In addition to the changes that we've also reviewed the impact of our affixes and made tuning adjustments with the goal of lessening their overall impact to dungeon gameplay. I want affixes to be mitigated, personally. I don't want a week-to-week change that basically determines whether I'm going to do Mythic Plus that week or not. I think that's bullshit. I don't think the same Mythic Plus dungeon from one week to another should be exponentially more difficult just because an affix has gone live. And it just creates a lot of toxicity, too. Like, people get really pissed off when an affix comes up. Sam needs to pay for his Lambo. Yeah, I wish, man. I wish I got that, man. Sam, get in that 40K. If you get the money, it's all good. I mean, those ads should be done. Man, I get like freaking $40 for ads. The only reason why I run ads on Twitch, honestly, is so pre-roll ads don't happen. Because if I don't let them run, if I snooze the ads, all that happens is people get like fucking 3 minutes of pre-roll ads when they come into the stream, and they'll never watch me in that case. Because my content ain't that good. Anyways. So Explosive. Explosive will be retired from Dragonflight Season 2. This is the big news and replaced by Volcanic. Incorporeal is now being faded away when combat with non-incorporeal beings has ended. Okay. I'm kind of confused by that one. Entangling. Like I said, this one got a lot of change. Entangling snare effect has been reduced by 30%, was 50. Entangling now has a visual indicating the maximum range of the vine. Oh, that's pretty cool. So there's like a little visual that'll indicate where you have to run, how far you got to run to break the vine. Interesting. That's a pretty nice one, actually. And Entangling now has a distinct sound cue when applied to players. So they're adding in all these little things that people really usually download add-ons for, so that's good. Afflicted. Soul's health no longer scales after Keystone level 20. That would be ridiculous. Scaling that shit. Spiteful, reduced by 10%. Health and damage no longer scale after 20. Raging now grants creature immunity to crowd control effects for 20 seconds upon reaching 30% health was 50. So all of these have been reduced. These are basically nerfs across the board. Bolstering no longer increases the health of affected creatures. Yay. 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 Basically nerfs across the board and removal of explosive. Good stuff. I personally think adding a little bit of gameplay tweaks with these things is fine. but they shouldn't make it too difficult. I think it's ridiculous. Yeah, good. F explosives. Yeah, I agree. Screw them. And so they're getting rid of explosive and adding... We talked about what they're adding in its place, but what else? Well, there was an unexpected additional affix added. Shielding added on the PTR. What is shielding? Shielding affix. What does this thing do? We are discussing a redesign to the explosive affix to shift responsibility away from healers. Yeah, what? And put it on the tanks? The proposed change would cause explosives to instead shield creatures for a percentage of the explosive's remaining health when the cast is complete. So instead of damaging you when the cast is complete, it shields the enemies. That's an interesting one. So instead it puts more responsibility on the DPS, essentially. So putting responsibility on 3 people rather than 1, that's fine. I guess it does lessen the difficulty a little bit. And it also puts less on the fact that if you bring a healer who's not able to keep up, you know, it essentially lessens the chance that you're going to have a shitty group. Because if you got 1 bad DPS, you could still overcome this mechanic. But if you got a healer who's not on his A game, you kind of get screwed, right? The entire group gets frustrated and leaves. So this one kind of puts it on the DPS. Yeah, because DPS ignore affixes since it hurts the numbers. Yeah, well, this one will tell them to parse off on those orbs. Yeah, so get them down. Get them down or it shields the bosses. Interesting. So that's a little tweak. I think that's a good one. I actually don't think that's a bad choice. Yeah, put it on the DPS. Healer's job is my favorite meme in modern WoW. everyone on the healers. I mean, I've had plenty of groups that have failed because of healers. So it's good to see a little bit less responsibility on the healers. That's fine.